Guys, I'm going to say something and you might find it controversial, but look, hear me out. More Africans need to be like Elon Musk. Yeah, I said it. More Africans need to be loud and occupy space just like this guy. And here's why I would say that. Because Elon, just like many other Africans, had a similar start in the USA. On a student visa to a prestigious school. In his case, he dropped out rather. In the case of many other Africans, they go on to graduate, usually on very benevolent scholarships or grants and whatever it is that, helps them pay their way through school. Elon got by with some luck and finessing, started a company, built something out of it, turned it into an empire, and now sits at the very top. Many other Africans who follow that same trajectory, end up getting really great jobs, climb to the very top of their career, or in many other cases, start a business and are very successful entrepreneurs. But this is where things begin to differ between Elon and other Africans. You see, while Elon is not afraid of being loud, and in many cases wrong, but he's very loud, and he also ends up influencing policies for his personal gains, strategically doing that too, I might add, it would appear that many Africans are content with being on one path, almost as though they are scared of disrupting the status quo. Again, I could be wrong, but hear me out. Most Africans go to the United States on a student visa, like students from other parts of the world, and many of them end up successful. There's a reason why many other Africans want to go to the United States on a student visa. Now, whether you decide to stay back in the US or look for opportunities anywhere else in the world, a US education sets you up for success at a higher rate when compared to education received by international students from other parts of the world. There is the statistics to prove that. For those that decide to stay back in the US, I feel like, and I could be wrong, that even with the success, they don't seem interested in exerting themselves like they could. They're not necessarily exploring all the many avenues and opportunities that are available to them to influence policies that would benefit people like them in that space. They seem to be content with the influence and the success they've amassed within their circle and don't want to branch out and engage with a wider audience. I know a lot of Nigerians who are successful in the USA, and I know that goes for the wider African audience engaged in this video right now. You probably know successful people from your country in the United States. And you might want to consider what I'm saying here. Is there some truth to what I'm saying? Or am I just approaching this complex issue from a simplistic point of view? It would be great to have, your thoughts on this. So, use the comment section to let me know what you think. But I would like to see many other Africans expand outside of their immediate circle. For instance, politically, whether it is at county level, whether it is state level, whether it is at, national level, I want to see, more Africans be dominant in these spaces. Now, while I do acknowledge that there are many Africans who venture out of their comfort zone into, this uncharted territory, I need to stress that we're not enough. There are not so many of us doing that. And it is a problem because we need more people who are well-read, who are well-educated, who are very successful to engage with policies in their communities, especially in the US, because we cannot deny the influence that the country has on the rest of the world. So we need more Africans to engage with politics in that space so that they can make policies that benefit more people like us. Otherwise, I feel people like Elon, who are selfish, loud, and usually wrong about a lot of things, will continue to occupy important spaces to make decisions that don't favor the rest of us. And trust me, it doesn't get more influential than owning the world's unofficial global village square. I'm talking about X, where you can censor free speech like he wants, and he's done. We've seen in recent times Elon Musk taking down accounts that tweeted things that he did not agree with, while propping up accounts that speak to his biases. Elon has also gone ahead to, in many ways, tip the scale of the world's most important democracy, the United States, in his favor. And now he's trying to do the same with other world economies. Look at what he's trying to do in the UK. Look at what he's trying to do in Germany. I mean, look at his exchange with the former Canadian Prime Minister. You can tell that Elon is out here supporting a very specific ideology, an ideology that at its very core is harmful to Africans and people who are not inherently of the same skin color as he is. So the truth is, many of you might disagree, and it's fine. This, again, like I said at the very beginning, is my opinion. If you have a contrary position, I would love to hear from you. But the truth is, at least in my mind, is that if left unchecked, this man can go on and on. And there's no telling what he's willing to do with and what he could possibly get away with, considering the fact that he's immensely wealthy and that he's been beneficial in installing governments in several parts of the world. So you can expect that in many cases, these governments will stand by and watch him do whatever, because they buy his philosophy, they buy into his ideology, they even spend from his pockets. So what is my request? Please, Africans, be loud as hell in these spaces. Be very loud in these spaces that matter. We need you more, especially you very successful Africans. We need you to be influential in places where you find yourselves and even beyond your immediate circle, so that you too can counterbalance the weights that Elon Musk is exerting in his favor. And the only way to do that is if more of us continue to be loud enough that we can drown the voices and water down the influence of people that have taken the side of Elon. They don't always have to be the loudest in the room, but to beat them at their own game, we have to be masters of the games ourselves. So, here's my advice. Be like Elon Musk today. Learn the game that he plays. And maybe we might be able to beat him at his own game.